Okay, we will configure an ILLUMRA E9X-ER6CD phase dimmer to work with a switch and a motion sensor and a 5-minute timer to do auto on, auto off. So I'm going to turn this motion sensor around so you can see the buttons. It's the button without the line is the link button on the sensor, and then we have the switch. So to put it into learn mode, I first just briefly click the learn button on the ER6CD. Then I can press the top of the switch 3 times, and the light pauses in the on position, indicating that it's added the switch to the memory. Then I can press the link button on the motion sensor once, and it will also pause with the blinking in the on position, indicating that the motion sensor has been added to the memory. So at the moment, the LED on the ER6CD has a pattern where it's blinking one long blink, long blink, and then a short blink, and then 2 long blinks, and then a short blink. And that indicates that the long blink is the switch category, and then the short blinks is the count of how many switches are there, which is 1. And then 2 long blinks means that it's reporting on the motion sensor category, and 1 short blink indicates that there's 1 motion sensor linked. Now we want to change from the default, we want to change it so that it will enable the auto on feature. And so to do this, we first tap so the sensor is already linked. Now we tap the teach button on the sensor, and then 3 presses of the switch. So the light is on, the switch is controlling it. And we tap the occupancy sensor teach button, followed by 3 quick consecutive clicks of the linked wall switch in the on position. So the teach button on the motion sensor. Let's see if I can do it faster. So I'm not exactly sure why this isn't working. I'm going to just power cycle and let the controller boot up. And then do okay. So that pattern that I did just there, so a quick press of the teach button on the sensor, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks of the switch is what is required to enable the auto on feature. Then I want to set the motion feature auto off timer to 5 minutes. So it says with the light on, tap the occupancy sensor teach button 3 times, and then it will blink to confirm it's in the mode, and then tap it an additional time or more depending on which occupancy sensor timer. So the total taps is going to be 4 for 5 minutes, but I want to do 3 first and then pause. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, and then the light confirms, and then I do 1 more, and that's indicating that I want the 5-minute setting. And then after a moment, it'll time out, and it'll confirm with 2 blinks, as indicated in this table, that it's confirming the 5-minute timeout. So then I want to power cycle it again, because this controller needs to be power cycled to completely reset things. And then I'm able to turn it off, It defaults to on after a power cycle, so it takes some time for the timers and everything to just reset. So ideally, I would leave it for at least 5 minutes for all the timers to expire, and then I could trigger motion, it would turn the light on, and the light will turn auto off after 5 minutes. And then I can also turn it on with the switch, and it'll turn itself off after 5 minutes. So let's just check the switch version of this. So I'm going to bring up my stopwatch, and I'm going to turn it on with the switch and start the timer at the same time. Turn it off again and start the timer. And then we'll resume this video when the timer expires. Okay, there's 18 seconds left on this countdown timer. So we're going to see if the light is going to turn itself off at the 5-minute mark, like we expect, because we turned it on with the switch about 5 minutes ago. And there it goes. Turns itself off. And then with motion, it'll turn back on. And after 5 minutes, it'll turn itself off again. Or I can manually turn it off now.